Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Thursday, December 8th, 2016. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Persons who are interested in owning homes through the assistance of the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, NHLDC, are being invited by Minister of Lands and Housing, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, to visit the corporation for information on its mortgage program. Minister Jeffers is the chairman of the NHLDC Board of Directors.
We have approached the Social Security Board for a mortgage program, $10 million. And we are going to be building some houses for our persons here on the island of Nevis who qualify. Easy to qualify, simple to qualify. We are not a bank, but we have entered into an arrangement with the Nevis Corporate Credit Union, and they are going to facilitate these loans for us. And we are asking for a down payment of just a mere $5,000 to $10,000, and then interest rate of 5% over a 300-month period, that is 25 days. We're hoping that person's payment will not go beyond $1,500, so between a range of $900 to $1,500, depending on the type of house, you persons who qualify should be able to take advantage of that.
Making his contribution to the NIA's 2017 budget debate, Minister Jeffers indicated that he is pleased with the arrangement.
I am happy about that, Mr. President, because things have been difficult. It has been difficult for us to raise financing at the corporation to assist persons as we'd like to. I want persons who are interested in owning a home to go up to the corporation for further details on that mortgage. And I want to thank the mover of the bill, who is the minister responsible for Social Security in the federal parliament, for his assistance in making this happen.
Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. January 2017 will see the start of Phase 2 of the Caribbean Development Bank CDB-funded Nevis Water Supply Enhancement Project. That is according to Junior Minister of Works, the Honorable Troy Liburd.
We've already gotten the blessings of the CDB and the approval of the CDB to move forward with the Phase 2 of the project. So Phase 2 of this project will see the construction of a new 300,000 gallon reservoir at Zetlands that will replace the existing reservoir at Zetlands. It will also see the installation of some more distribution mains. We will pick up with the distribution mains where we left off in Westbury, and we will continue that main artery going all the way over into Jessop's. So that will complete what we call the main transmission artery on the northern side of the water system. We will also see the laying of additional pipes, picking up from where the pipes would have left off on the southern side in Rollins. We will lay some 8-inch mains from Rollins onto the newly constructed tank at Zetlands, and then from Zetlands we will lay pipes all the way down to Victoria Road, and that will conclude what we call the main distribution artery on the southern side of the island.
Work already done constitutes Phase 1 of the project, which commenced in the middle of 2014.
We've had the construction of 6 fused glass steel storage reservoirs. Those reservoirs have a total capacity of 1.4 million imperial gallons. 5 of the 6 reservoirs, Mr. President, have been in operation for over a year now. We have been able to lay over 65,000 feet of pipes ranging in the size from 10 inches internal diameter down to as low as 4 inches in internal diameter. So we have laid over 65,000 feet of pipes, Mr. President, and these have been installed all around the island. We started in 2014 in the St. James area, over in the Maddens area, and we laid pipe all the way over to the Westbury area. And then in this year, 2016, we started in the Gingerland area over in Fothergills. We laid pipes going up to Rollins and all the way up to Morgan Estate. So a lot of work has been done on this project, Mr. President.
Minister Liburd met recently with representatives from the Caribbean Development Bank to discuss the project.
One of the things that we were trying to get finalized with them is a date when we would have an official opening or an official commissioning for the end of the phase 1 of the project. So hopefully that will be happening sometime in January.
Junior Minister of Works, the Honourable Troy Liburd, making his contribution to the NIA's 2017 budget debate. On Wednesday, December 7th, delivering his budget address for the 2017 financial year, Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Timothy Harris said his government will invest $702.9 million on both recurrent and capital expenditure to develop and implement policies, strategies, programs and projects that can help to stimulate the economy and enhance human development. Several initiatives will be aimed at empowering and incentivizing the government's human resources. They include plans to increase remuneration packages to reward all civil servants who work hard no matter where they are stationed, introduce a new performance incentive system to be spearheaded by the Human Resource Management Department. The system will reward good performance. The new approach is based on the idea that rewards must be commensurate not only with the education and skills of an officer, but equally with the efforts expended by the public servant, Prime Minister Harris said in the National Assembly, adding that it is envisioned that this would positively impact productivity and morale in the civil service. Honor the long-standing commitment to make the government auxiliary employees part of the normal pensionable establishment within the fiscal year. Facilitate the payment of on-call allowances to nurses who are called upon to work beyond their regular shift, and facilitate compensation of officers with graduate qualifications in the police and defense forces in the same manner as other public servants. The Honourable Prime Minister, who is also Minister of National Security, explained that the government hopes to retain the brightest and the best in its security forces. Still to come.
There's a group of young men who are involved in a culinary art class. We are trying to train them to prepare them for work or entrepreneurship.
The details after this break. Welcome back.
I'm pleased to be able to support the mental health services in Nevis here in particular because as you may be aware, mental health services has always been seen as the Cinderella of the health service, and it does need to be supported. And in terms of its importance, this needs to be raised in the public's mind also, that unless you give consideration to an individual's mental health, it's very difficult then to do anything about the physical health, because physical health and mental health go together. You can't do one without the other.
On Tuesday, December 6th, Randolph Charles of the UK-based St. Kitts Nevis and Friends Association made that call to the public to give support to mental health services. He made the appeal as he gave a donation of £500 sterling to the NIA's mental health unit on behalf of the association.
Can I further pay tribute to Mrs. Amory and her team, her small team, for the good work and the sterling work that they are doing with limited resources here in the mental health services or the community services here in Nevis. I do hope also that you'll think about the use of volunteers, because that is one of the resources that could probably support and help in terms of mental health.
Accepting the donation was Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Judy Nisbet.
I was privileged to travel over to St. Kitts yesterday for the opening of a mental health daycare treatment center. And at that opening, we were reminded, just as you reminded us, that there's no complete health without good mental health. Some persons think because they are physically well, that they are completely well. But if you ignore the mental health part of your being, you're certainly not completely well. Mr. Charles, on behalf of the Ministry of Health, and specifically the Community Health Services, of which mental health is a part, I wish to thank you very much for this very generous donation of £500. I want to assure you that we will put it to very good use. I know that mental health, from listening to you, is very dear to your heart. And so I want to assure you that we're going to use the funds, okay, to the best use that Mrs. Amri and the others will find for it.
Also a part of that handing over ceremony were nurse manager of the mental health unit Meredith Amri Field, mental health nurse Joya Walters, and coordinator of community nursing services Ermine Jeffers. Health planner Shalisa Martin Clark chaired the brief ceremony. The Department of Community Development is currently hosting a culinary arts class at the Jessup's Community Center. In an interview with the Nevis Newscast, Director of the department, Janet Maloney, stated the purpose of the class.
Miracle Ministry will be taking place on the 9th of December next to the DR Walwyn Plaza, and I'm really encouraging you, the audience, to come out and support, especially the children. And there's a group of young men who are involved in a culinary art class, especially pastry making, and we are trying to train them, to prepare them for work or entrepreneurship. And they are now interested in having a booth where they're going to be selling some goodies. A group of young men, about 10 of them, young people. We want to encourage them, so I am asking you to kindly come out and support them, buy a tart, buy a piece of potato pudding, just to encourage them.
We spoke with a few of the participants who shared their experience.
I wanted to know how to bake stuff and so really. Maybe in time I open my own shop.
Growing up, I see my mother cooking and so I tell myself I want to cook for myself. And I like to eat, to get a job, learn how to cook more and provide for myself.
The facilitator of the workshop is Chef Sylvester Wallace. Wallace has been facilitating culinary workshops for the department in various communities around the island. Some 26 community Christmas tree lighting ceremonies are scheduled to take place over the next 2 weeks. Director of the Department of Community Development, Janet Maloney, outlines the dates for the various ceremonies around the island for the upcoming week.
Cane Garden, and this is going to take place at the Upper Cane Garden, December the 10th, 6:30 p.m. Then we go all the way over to Newcastle, also on the 10th, at Kaki's Shop, 7 p.m. Butler's Community Center Ground, December 12th, 7 p.m. Government Road, top of Government Road, December 15th, 7 p.m. Brown Hill Community Center Grounds, December 16th, 7 p.m. Westbury/Cades Bay Geothermal Bar, December 16th, 7 p.m.
Meantime, the Christmas tree lighting ceremony at Market Shop will be twinned with the opening of the Gingerama Festival at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, December 14th. On Thursday, December 15th, Ghana's Village will host its Christmas tree lighting ceremony at Iselma Daniels' shop at 7 p.m. On Friday, 16th December, the Stony Grove community will host its ceremony next to DC Equipment and Trucking Services at 7 p.m. And that concludes this evening's presentation of the Nevis Newscast. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing. Good night.